everyone, Dr. K, naturopathic sports medicine doctor. Today, talking to you about stress and its impact on the body. So, this is just the summary. If you want the full, in detail 30-minute talk on this, then refer back to our February 25th live YouTube post. However, for the summary of that, we're going to talk about that now, and I'll hopefully try to condense it so that it's not too overwhelming. But essentially, naturopaths have talked about stress and its impact on the body for a very long time. Unfortunately for us now, there's a ton of research that corroborates that and even talks about the mechanism of how that happens. So stress literally touches every single corner of our body. There is no aspect of ourselves that is not impacted by stress. And it can be good stress, bad stress, chronic stress, any type of stress that will essentially lead to inflammation in the body. And our genes determine how that impacts us. Some people are more impacted than others, right? So genes, nutrition, hydration, how much sleep you get, the coping mechanisms that you have in place, those two will play a part. However, if stress is running rampant for you, then your hormones, so for example, the sex hormones, your thyroid hormones, your glucose regulation, so blood sugar regulation hormones, those will be impacted. Cancer, so the natural killer cells and the T lymphocytes that we rely on for our immune function, but also for getting rid of mutated cells, is impacted. The heart. So whenever, you felt really anxious, for example, your heart starts pounding, maybe your breathing gets more shallow, but on a long-term basis, you are actually more susceptible to blood clots, to heart attack, to stroke. So those are also things to keep in mind. The other thing too that I've found, especially for my own practice, is that people will have a really hard time healing. They'll get an injury and then it just nags and nags and nags and goes beyond, what we would typically see an injury to last. Like, for example, let's say you have a broken bone. We generally think, okay, well, 6 to 8 weeks and then you should be good to go, right? But people are taking months to heal, especially now with the chronic stress of the pandemic and life and all that stuff. The other time where stress can be impacting something is our gut and our gut health. So for some people it speeds things up, so where you have diarrhea, other people it slows it down, so you get constipation, and sometimes it's both, right? Even our gut bacteria is changed, and there's a ton of research on how gut bacteria influences our thoughts and our behaviors and our cravings. So you can imagine where that too is a little bit scary. There was also a paper that I was looking at that was looking into the brain and how it shrinks with stress. So that means that memory, our ability to think and make decisions and judgment calls and all of those areas were smaller. So you can imagine that if you were under chronic stress and you're starting to forget things and you can't concentrate, and that too is a big deal, especially for people that are trying to work and go to school and have a social life, and that's where those things can get pretty overwhelming. So all in all, I think I could probably go on about this, but the nutshell is that absolutely every single part of your body is impacted by stress, and you want to make a conscious effort to incorporate things to minimize stress in your life. You won't necessarily change your circumstances, whether from work or relationships or home or any of that, but you do need to carve out time to find peace, whether it be with deep breathing, meditation, movement, laughter, a new hobby, being out in nature, honestly, whatever works for you, so that your nervous system, your body, your breathing, your heart can all have time to relax. All right, guys, that was a summary. And as I say, if you want to learn more, have a little bit more context for everything, just refer back to our February 25th live on YouTube. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you soon.